Not many people dream about starting a janitorial company. And I don't like scrubbing toilets any more than the next guy. But I believe that the cleaning industry is full of hardworking individuals that are underpaid, underappreciated, and overlooked. Now, my name is Max. This is my first YouTube video, so please pardon the background noise, the sirens, the lighting. I'm sure is probably the opposite of ideal, but thank you for clicking on this video. My goal with cleaning is to shake things up a little. Now, again, my name is Max. I'm 27 years old. I started a cleaning company about 2.5 years ago, and I'm here to tell you what I'm doing to change the industry and hopefully ruffle some feathers. Now, why am I doing this? Now, growing up, we struggled. I grew up with a single mom. I had 2 siblings, and my mom had 3 jobs, one for each of us. And you know, as a parent now, I just think of how that might have felt from my mom's perspective, and how hard that must have been for her. She, despite working 3 jobs, she never had the benefits that a lot of us are used to. Not all of us, but a lot of us take these things for granted. Paid time off, sick days, paid sick days, child care assistance, so many things. Insurance, we never had that growing up. And I don't think that it's fair that people have to worry about that in this industry, especially being that within this industry are some of the hardest working individuals that you could ever meet. Now, I worked at a credit union, and during my time there, I got to see behind the curtain on business expenses. And when I did, I realized that a lot of these businesses that at the surface level seem to be very successful, in a lot of ways were struggling just like the rest of us. You know, these businesses like you and like myself and a lot of other people are living paycheck to paycheck, the businesses. And when seeing this and meeting with the business owners, I realized that I can do that. Why not me? I'm shaking hands with these people, I'm meeting with them face to face, so why shouldn't I be able to do this? And that gave me the confidence to go ahead and do it. Now, my mission is to serve what I believe is an underserved workforce. I plan to do that by offering benefits that you maybe aren't used to seeing in this industry. I want to offer full insurance, retirement, child care assistance. I want to help with gym memberships or certain classes, help with memberships with those classes as well. Paid time off. I want our employees to be W-2s. A lot of people in this industry are 1099s, and that's a lot of times that's fine and well, but this relationship that I want to have within my company and our employees, is our team, is not that of a 1099 or an independent contractor. They directly support us. We tell them where to be, when to be there, how to do things, and in return we directly support them. We pay a portion of their tax contribution, and we're able to provide these benefits to them. And so, that just that alone, people don't realize that, proving your income for, loans or housing, a lot of the times as a 1099, you need to have 2 years worth of history so you can be approved for that. And this is another thing I learned working at the credit union. How does that fare to the cleaner who wants to support their family You never know what their situation is. A lot of the times, they don't have the security or the stability to be in a single job for 2 years, or they're younger, or you never know. And so I don't think that's fair. I would much rather them be W-2s. We pay our portion, they pay their portion of their taxes, and it's done for them. They don't have to worry about saving that money at the end of the year, or they don't have to worry about struggling to prove their income for housing or loans and things like that. So that's very important for us. That is not common in this industry, and if it is, I don't know about it. And we're also wanting to offer competitive pay. I won't give exactly what our pay scales are, but unfortunately, even as a young company, we are very competitive in the industry. Now, I started Mad Dragon Cleaning 2.5 years ago, so we're not brand new. However, we have had our fair share of lessons. In the beginning, I hired a lot of friends. I was very confident. I was fresh out of the Marine Corps, and I was very motivated, very excited. I've had some buddies that at the time that I'd known for quite some time, and mistakenly I hired them on board. That wasn't the mistake. My mistake was hiring them on board and setting expectations upon them that were unlike anything that they've done before. I had very big dreams in mind, so we're young business, entrepreneurs, my friends, we're wanting to build this team, we're excited, so I'm saying, okay, I have my director of operations who's directing me and himself and the other guys, the 2 other guys. But director of operations, that sounds huge, right? That sounds really cool. And I had big expectations for this position. You'll come to find I plan things out years in advance. So I'm thinking, what does this position entail 5 years from now? Director of sales, what does this position entail 5 years from now? I'm trying to nurture them in that direction. I have my co-owner, my partner. We went to the Marine Corps together. We came out, I started the business, and early on I brought him on board as well, with the intention of him being my hand, if that makes sense, so that I can sit back and be able to observe and make better decisions, and relay these decisions I've made to him, and he would fulfill that. Now, ultimately, all of this being said, I didn't have the time. None of them had any experience doing either of these things, and I didn't have the time to sit with them and teach them and nurture the relationship, foster the right environment for them to be productive, give them the training necessary to fulfill what I expected from them. And now, my friends were all very hard workers, and a hard worker in an environment where they can't do good work when it's not their fault is only going to leave somebody frustrated. And so ultimately, in a way, we disbanded. We downsized quite a bit. We used to serve multifamily housing, and now we've repositioned completely, redesigned our website, redesigned a lot of the copy that we use on our branding and in our emails and anything else, to target higher end facilities, right? Because we now want to be a high-end commercial janitorial service, and I'll speak on that in the future as to why we've made that transition. But that's what we're wanting to do moving forward, and that's why we did downsize the way we did. Is we were transitioning away from these clients, and because we no longer had this workforce to support, rather than keeping ourselves busy and doing this work ourselves or trying to find somebody else, myself and my partner made the decision to, in a way, step back a little bit, regroup, and then re-engage in a different direction. Now, looking forward, a lot of things, I've set a lot of things in place so that over the next few months, I'm gonna hit the pavement, and I'm gonna hit it hard. And we're gonna generate some serious business, and we're prepared with the equipment and the onboarding process for new team members and the training necessary to fulfill it. So we're gonna have a big growth spurt hopefully here in the future, and then I'll be able to better fulfill this mission that I've set for ourselves. You know, as a small company, it can be difficult sometimes to fulfill these big dreams that we have, but I set the goals and then find a way to make that happen, because no is never an option. There's always a way. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen, to watch. Again, my name is Max, and if any of this resonates with you, if this sounds interesting, if you would like to see my growth, the growth of the business along this journey, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me.